Okay, so this is the second video we'll be having, right? So for the first one, I did something of this sort. Let me just type in what I did, right? So remember this. I did something, and I told you this doc type declaration is just for you to shout out, okay, I'm using HTML5 for my website, or for this load this browser or this page with HTML5 rendering, something like that, you know. So HTML tab, you know, it kept that stuff for me. That's Emmet. I just activated Emmet now by doing just HTML, then pressing your tab key, and it activates this full code for you, right? You know, so that's the work of Emmet. And this shouldn't be here, it should be something like this, you know, because we are doing yeah, everything goes in between these two. Then the next one, right, is the header tag, and you see it kept this space for me because of this tool I'm using. That's only normal, it tabs it, just keep a few space of, you know, for you, and then you can just move on, right? Head, you see. So in between the head we can have title tag. As always, title tag comes in between head, and you see I'm just tabbing stuff. Yep, I'm just tabbing this in my first web page. Okay, and I told you that this title tag, right, it should appear in the header of the page, but it wouldn't appear here. This is a live preview right now. This thing here is a live preview. It wouldn't appear except you're using it in a normal browser. I guess what that's what I think, you know. And link tag, okay, that's awesome. You see, it just kept those stuff for me. I love that so much. If not, you have to type in everything. I just kept in link, right? I want to write my link tag. I kept in link, and then tab key, and then it kept the rest for me. So that's a very good thing to, you know. So I can just cancel this, and I wouldn't need this. I don't need this link tag. I'll only be using this link tag when I'm actually trying to build a new website, because I have my CSS here directly. So anything I'm writing my HTML on this tab, I'm writing my CSS here, and it affects it, you know, in real time. I don't need to keep my link tag, except I was actually coding in different folder, you know. But this is kind of an environment that just helps you compile everything at the same time. This CSS and then this JavaScript, okay. So this is the tab for the JavaScript. You don't need to start linking. Normally, if I was to create a normal website and web page, I'll have different folders for CSS and JavaScript. Then I would need to actually, you might be able to hear my fan. My fan is running, you know, because I'm recording stuff on my laptop. You might hear that my fan noise and stuff at the background, but I'm just trying to overcome the sound with my voice, you know. So CSS, then JavaScript, right? CSS, JavaScript. If I was coding a normal page and stuff, I would have my JavaScript folder. I would denote that as script, right? So in between these two opening tag and closing tag, I can put in my scripts for JavaScript, you know. But I don't need that, right? So, and also I don't need this link tag. I don't need it. Yeah. So for now, you can just keep in your title tag. What else? For now, I guess title tag should just be enough. It's not like you're just practicing, right? Just practicing. So the next one, body tag. For me to display anything on this part, this is the live preview. So once you display anything there, I need my body tag. Okay. So I would start just showing you some of those few things I coded the last time, right? I'll be showing them now, you know, because I didn't kind of explain some stuff in detail, you know. I will be showing you now. So let me just okay. So I'll be trying to talk as loud as I can, though, you know, so you can hear my voice better. For this body tag, if I can remember, for the first video I did something of okay, p, right, p tag, then I kept an unordered list inside, ordered list with some list items. I'm just tabbing it, so I don't need to start keeping first tag, opening tag, then keep closing tag. That's the work of Emmet though, So for the list tag, I can keep in item 1, okay, item 1, right? So I can put another one, item 2. You see? So I just kept item 1, item 2, and then you can see because now everything are going into the body tag, so it shows here because body tag renders into the web page, and then you see item 1 and item 2, right? Okay, so I just wanted to show you now what you can actually do to this UL tag, which is this one here, unordered list, for just listing items, is you can change some of these points here, right? These icons, they're usually, these things are called bullets. They're just called bullets, like bulletin 1, 2, 3, just listing them down, and then they are called bullets. So for me to change this one, maybe I've used this one too much on my website or something, and I don't want it. I want to change the kind of format of that stuff. I can easily do type, and right, I can keep square, right? So that stuff, okay, you see it now, it changed to square. Yeah, it changed to square because without keeping in type or any of these things, the default is bullets. They are called bullets. So when I keep in square, it changes to square. There's also another one called circle. Yeah, okay. So now this particular bullet is not filled. There's nothing inside and it's empty kinda. So those are just the type of unordered list icons. I don't know what to call these things though, but just know that the default is bullets, there's circle, then there's square. That's for just unordered list, So I'll also create an ordered list for you, right? For you to understand it, right? So I can just put OL tab, that's my LI tab, so now this is my first item 1 for my ordered list, and item 2, right? Item 2. So you notice difference. Why this one is all these icons, these ones are kind of numbering, right? Numbers 1, 2, and stuff like that. And okay, so this OL also has type. It also has its type, right? You can put different type, and for this OL, its type is just okay. If you keep in, you should know that the default is 1, 2 to 10, 20, 30, and so on. That's the default for ordered list. So you can keep in A, right? Small letter A, and it should change to that. You can find it. It change to A, B, well, to Z, right? A, B, C, D, and so on. Also, you can keep A, right? I just kept capital letter A. Okay, so you see the difference now. It changed to capital letters and A, B, right? Capital letter. You can also keep in I. Roman numerals is what's gonna change to I. Yeah, right. So that's just the way to use unordered lists and ordered list items. When you use one of these formats too much, you can decide to change to another format. So I should I guess I looked into is it div? I'll just check div now, explain some few things on div again, right? Okay, so we just check those ordered and unordered, and maybe I should just remove so we don't have to start going down. I'll just be looking at div, right? Like I told you in the last video, most times when you use div tag, you usually keep stuffs in them, but no one is asking you not to or stuff. But I can just rewrite I tag. I'm the div tag, right? It would come out, yeah, it would. There's nothing stopping you from actually putting stuff directly into div, but when you just get into it, you find out that div tags are used more for structuring, right? The structuring, keeping stuff in them, you know, keeping p tag, and instead you can now write I can do p tag, right? P tag, right? Paragraph tag. And paragraph tag, yeah. So, well, most times when you use div, you can just there's nothing really fancy about it. It's much more fancy when you combine it with CSS, yeah, for more like setting your box, your width size rather, your width, your height and stuff like that. It doesn't really have any other attribute I can start listing here, more like ul tag and ol that has different types. Div is just div, just like a box and putting an outline. So when you get into CSS, well, CSS is a bit more extensive than HTML, because you have to know the right styling for each of these things, and when it becomes complex, you just have to go and start looking, checking for them, checking what can I use for this, how to make a particular element that is let me try. So I got this you want to make this element move to this side, right? This somewhere else, and you can't do that with HTML. You need CSS for that, right? To color them, to move stuff, right? So that's just the thing about CSS. It's way more extensive than HTML, right? So I'll just show you how to actually use this div tag to an extent. What it just does is I can easily say div, right? And right, this is just the format to write all your CSS. You write your tag and your curly braces, and you can I don't really need to I can just start writing my styling inside, like this. But most times people keep this space, just to, because you can write more than one styling, so you just keep on going down and having that structure, and everything should be neat. So that's why most people just tap use your enter key to move to the next line and all that. So for this div tag right now, I just kept on my format for me to style this div tag here, right? Naturally, if I had more than one div tag, this CSS here should apply to everything. If I had more than one div tag, let me just make it. Right, so I just wanted to show you this and the second paragraph tag. I just kept that, so you see how it really works, right? So div tag color, I want it to be red, so it's red now. It just became red. So that's just how you use CSS, but it's way more complex than this. This is just the normal the simplest styling. Okay, so it applied to the both of them, but in some cases, when you're actually building a bigger project, and you want it to apply to different types, well, different div tag with different styling, there's something I'm going to show you now how you can achieve that. You don't just go on and put in div tag and color red. No, you have to do something different, and I'm going to just show you how to do that. So we're taking in CSS and HTML at the same time, right? Alright, so we created two div, right? And everything is working fine for us, but no one uses HTML and CSS for just practicing with like on this environment I'm on. You actually use it for big stuff, and well, creating a website, that's the main thing to just use HTML and CSS for, right? So when it gets to that, you can never find yourself just putting one div tag and color red. Sometimes you want different things to apply to your different div tags, and well, in general case, other tags, you can have more than one paragraph tag, and you definitely don't want everything to look the same thing. So when you get to that issue, it's very easy for you to do. What you do is you use this general attributes, or well, let's call them attributes now. Well, you can call them attributes just for you keep in a class. Now you are kind of sectioning your tags. Now I keep in my class, and I said first div, right? I kept first div. Now I'm already saying like, okay, this person here, this guy here is the first div, and definitely any CSS I apply to this shouldn't apply to this one here, right? There are two different elements now. They just became two different elements because I added that class, class attributes to the first div here, right? So when you do that now, you will find out that the colors are still red. Yeah, they are still red. I applied my class attribute though, and they still remain red. Nothing is not different. I wanted only this first one to be red, but it's not working. Yeah, you can't just go ahead and do it like that. So I told you that by keeping your class, you're already saying these two they are two different things. So what you need to do is just put in dot first div. That's all. Keeping your dot first div, right? And that changes it entirely. So I'm just interact with some of these screen. Well, I'm not getting it. I'm still well, I'm just okay. I must get this. Okay. So now my first paragraph right, my first div tag appeared as red, while the second is still black. The main reason for that, well, the only reason for that is because I kept in class and set it to red, so it will only apply for this first one, and then this second div here is a different person altogether. So that's the use of this class, and they are very extremely important. Use them a lot. Every single time you have to use class. You want different elements of the same properties, right? This div tag, they do the same thing. You want them to appear in different formats, in different look, and you need to use this class always. So that's just how to use class. And now we are just mixing up the HTML and CSS together, and that's just the best way for us to proceed. I can't just keep in start listening all the HTML available and stuff, right? So I'm going to go into like I said in the last video, anchor tag and image tag. Yeah, I don't really get any image here, but I guess I have to look on Google to just extract a particular image. But I hate those Google images. Their URL is so long. It can be as long as just extend all this page down, and I don't know why. So most time you just get a random image from Google. You find out that the URL is so long, but just check something though. So okay, if I want to just make this blue, I guess I just have to brief, right? Okay, so you saw that now the second one just became blue because, well, it's a div, but this guy here is no more a div. It's a class, is a first it has a class, is inside something now in different container, and this one appears as blue and this one appears as red. So that's just how to use class for now. You got that right? So let's just talk about the anchor tag and image tag, right? I'll be keeping them in this paragraph guy here. The anchor tag has how many? Okay, I'm just and my tab. It has one main attribute, and that's the href. This anchor tag guy, it has this attribute href, and what this href does is just to link to other pages. Href links to other pages. It just showcases the location of what you are trying to link to, so that's the main work of this href tag. Yeah, right, the attribute, rather, not tag, is called an attribute. And then this a is called an anchor tag, and anchor tags are just used to link to other pages. It could be a page that's right in your website. Well, I'm linking from my first page to my second page, it could be that, or it could be an entirely new website that I'm linking to someone else's website. So this anchor tag does that for you. And right here is where you keep the URL of where you're trying to link to. So I can keep what can I keep now? HTTPS, right? Can I keep this? I guess I can, right? I've forgotten my URL. That's what I'm trying to. Shell will bar, right? Then, okay, I just finished writing a particular URL in that href attribute side for it to, okay, I'm showing it linked to this website here, though, linked to it, but nothing is still displaying in the body, right? On the page, nothing is displaying. That's because the attribute just goes in the first opening tag, and in between these two tags I have to keep in something, so I can click here. By clicking here, I'm telling that person now, just click here, and any URL I indicate inside this href, right, is what the click here should be redirecting to, so you can keep your URL, but nothing happens till you identify. Okay, you can see it here now. Click here, because that was the text I kept here. The text then takes the URL of what you specified inside, so it takes it, and by clicking here you can by clicking here, if you check the bottom side of this page, I don't really know how to indicate it, right? Okay, so you can look down there, right? You can see what is displaying there. It's showing you the URL of where you're supposed to go, right? When you click on that link, it's just, you can see where that red arrow is pointing to. That's just where it is, right? So it's showing you it. But although I tapped on that click here, so let me just see what it does do. Oh well, turns out I didn't get my URL well or something. Let's just try something else. So we're looking at gog.com, rather, right? I'll show you how it can move to another website through using anchor tag. Okay, so my first path failed. You can call this thing path, the path to so-called website. Okay, so the first one failed. I guess I got something wrong there, but now I wrote google.com, right, and it's giving me a bad path. So let's just check here. This is Google path, right, and perhaps I can just copy it, right, and let's see what happens. Right, so I hope it does. It should. Normally it works, but some of these parts are just bad parts. Well, they're just bad URLs, and it's not working, it's not going there, but it doesn't, don't need to worry about that. When you're looking between your website, writing your website, right, it always works, as long as you are just getting the file, right? The folders, everything, getting it right. It should work now. Okay. Dude, come on. Yeah, we're waiting for this, right? Okay. Oh yeah, you can see something. If you notice a difference, right? Instead of blue, it shows kind of purple, right? And the main reason for that is because I already my IP address has already visited this site. So by default, when a link is not visited, it shows blue. When a link has been visited, it displays as purple. But naturally, when you are dealing with CSS, you can change this to I can change it to brown if I want, right? I can change it to brown, because you can just change those links as much as you want. So I can do a tag, right? A tag color brown, right? Okay, yeah. I don't know. I didn't know this was brown. It looks like red to me, but brown, right? You can change to any color you want. Or let's see a more white. Ha. Oh yeah, it's gone now. But my hand cursor is still identifying that a particular link is here, right? So what I'm just trying to tell you is that you can change that stuff to anything you want. Any default in HTML can be changed with CSS. That's just it. Like that bullet I showed you, you change bullet to square or circle or stuff. So guy needs to be brown or black, right? So I can at least cite him. Okay, so it's black now and I prefer this. Right, maybe click here. It should. Whoa. Well, turns out that this it refused to connect, but at least we got the path right. www.google.com refused to connect. But well, I don't really know, but if I just load this particular file in Chrome, it should work. But because I'm in a particular environment, most time they don't want you linking out of their website or their platform or stuff. But that's just how the anchor tag works. Anchor tag works like that. You have to put a text there, and that text is what's going to take take the link that you specified inside your href tag. Oh god, attributes. Your href attribute. I don't think I saved my stuff, and now I might miss some. But we are done with that anchor tag. That's just what the anchor tag does. The big deal about it, that's what it is. I just showed you. Okay. So we're looking at the image tag, img image tag, and I will just go and get an image from Google, right, or something. Just I don't have a URL right now, so just say you see the image when I'm through. Some image parts are usually bad. I've tested it a lot on this particular platform. I use it a lot when I'm just trying to get some ideas and stuff. So I'll just check for a good one, and you should see the image display somewhere here, because I like it. Just display somewhere here, right? Okay, so we just looked at those anchor tags, and that's just how it's breathed. You can change the CSS here and change it to look like something else, and you can also just leave that default, right? So that's what it just about this anchor tag. So image tag is represented as img. img signifies image tag, and it has one compulsory attribute and one not so compulsory attribute, right? Although I always keep these in case. I'll just tell you what they mean. Source tag, src, is the full name is source tag. Source just means what I'm looking for, where is it, so that's just what source means. Source is just provide me with the URL for me to get this particular image you're requesting for, right? That's the meaning of that source. Then alt tag, gosh, alt attributes. Alt attributes is what it does is just to specify inside here the text you want to be shown if that image cannot be loaded. Perhaps it's the path you specify there is a bad path. Like I'm just using path, bad URL or path. That's what I'm referring to. Path, the path to something, is a bad path. Anything you keep inside your alt attributes would display inside that path, the inside. When I get to an example, you're going to understand it better. But this alt tag, what it does, it showcases what you keep inside this double quotes, right? Double quotes. It specifies if the image can't load, perhaps it's a bad image, or the person's data hasn't actually activated, or like it's not up, or it's not full, or something like that. That's what the alt tag does. And most times it's always good to specify so the person can read what the image is all about, even if some problem occurs along the way, right? So for me to let me just get something, I don't know, image to get, right? Images, right? Okay, Google has been doing a lot of this fancy stuff, right? And that's great. Every day I come on, I see a difference. This is a GIF. I don't know if we should go on that now. Save image as copy link address. So we just copied that, right? Oh gosh, I hate their link. Look at how huge it is. It should display now in a moment or two. It should just display something here. And if it doesn't, I'll just go and get something else. Some of these parts, like I told you, are just corrupted. But since it's taking a lot of time, let's just put Google Corona, right? Coronavirus things, right? They're kind of sending appreciation to a lot of people helping out in coronavirus. So you saw it there, yeah. When I just kept the part, nothing displayed because it's a bad file. But it's still in use of this alt. It's such a good thing. And I kept in Google coronavirus thanks, or thanks appreciation or something, and it kept it there, so someone can easily read what can easily read it, right? You can read what it's all about without actually having to load this image, right? But let's look for another update, right? So I can go on and say random image. So I'm just going to get a random image from somewhere on this okay, right? I want something small. I don't really know, these things, they can be scary at times. Just you keep this looks small, right? But all of a sudden it can just grow out of this, and I don't want all this on that side, right? Oh god, this thing should just display. Show you how to use that thing very well, right? And what is this thing that I'm finding about? Okay, yeah. So I've been searching for videos. I just cut the video a bit and searching for some image to include on my source, right? And it's not working, so I figured it's because of this platform I'm on, right? Normally it should work. I even tested an image I'm quite familiar with. I've used it on this platform and it didn't boot up, so it's probably a server issue and stuff. If I was to load this in Chrome directly, and it should show, but I'm kind of going into this web platform before, or I'm going out of this platform then searching for the image. That's quite a process, so sometimes you just end up with this error icon, right? Error icon, and yeah. So but that's what this source just does. You understand the format for images now. Alt attribute for to display something about the image, what it entails and everything, then source to search for the actual image, right? So for example, you can use this source right in your website when you are searching for an image, and it will go something like that. They go like pictures, right? Pictures, self driving car. So what this just means is in the picture folder, inside the picture folder, search for the self-driving car image and load it for me. That's what this thing means. This slash denotes inside. Go and search for something inside, right? And this thing wouldn't preview because I just corrupted it by displaying this thing here. There's nothing of that sort, so that's why it's just blank. So inside of picture folder, get me my self-driving car. That's what it means, and that's how you use it when you're inside your website or your web page, your folders, and just locating stuff. That's how to use this source, right? If I was to check for something outside, like I told you in the last video, you will do something of this. .. means move out of this folder and go get me this stuff in there. Go get me the stuff inside there. But as long as you move out of this folder, you would find it. So your first task should be to move out of this folder and just go get the stuff. So that's what this to / inside ... / outside. That's what it means, and I hope I've explained this image, although we didn't get any useful image to display here, but that's how it works, and it's not such a hard that's not one of the hard tags available. So in the next video though, we'll be looking at the video tag, right? Video tag to embed a particular video of your choice from a different website. Perhaps you want to load in a YouTube video on your site to just show visitors about a particular stuff. You could do that with the video tag. Alright, there's the iframe tag. Iframe tag is just like video, but it's like the latest version of that. Most people don't use video anymore, so HTML5 is iframe. So we're just looking at iframe, right? Or video, anyone. They do the same thing. I recently embedded one video on my website and it worked with the video tag. I couldn't, they were saying stuff about the iframe and I don't care about it, but we'll just look at those, and so I just decided to explain those UL tag in detail since I didn't cover it in the first video, right? I hope you do understand most of the stuff I just said, and if you don't understand any of them, just let me know and you will be forced to understand them. It's not so hard. With time you get better at it, and but if you don't get any of them, these scary CSS, right? Yeah, I also hated CSS, I did hate them. I guess I did, but you can always tell me what you want and everything like that, so we're looking at some video tag and some other of those stuff in the next video, right? But for now, shell out. That's what I'm just trying to write, right? Okay, so see you in the next video, right? Bye.